Why isn't Taylor Swift nominated for any Grammy Awards this year? Tonight, we're talking about one of the biggest stories in music this year. Taylor Swift, the global superstar, not being nominated for any Grammy Awards in 2026. That's right. The artist who's won 14 Grammys and dominated the charts for more than a decade is missing from this year's nomination list entirely. But before anyone calls it a snub, let's break down exactly why this happened, and what it doesn't mean. Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, was released on October 3, 2025, and it was a massive success. It broke sales records, hit #1 worldwide, and topped the charts for weeks. But despite that success, it didn't receive any Grammy nominations for the 2026 awards. That surprised many fans, especially since Swift's last album, The Tortured Poets Department, scored multiple nominations in 2025. So why no nominations this year? The answer has nothing to do with popularity or quality, and everything to do with timing. The Grammy Awards, like most awards, have a strict eligibility period that decides which releases can be submitted and considered. For the 2026 Grammys, that eligibility window ran from August 31, 2024, to August 30, 2025. Because The Life of a Showgirl came out after that, in October 2025, it simply wasn't eligible for the 2026 nominations. That means her new music will be considered for the 2027 Grammy cycle instead. Eligibility rules aren't about favoritism, they're procedural. The Recording Academy must set cutoff dates so voters have a defined time frame to review and judge releases. It's the same reason movies released in December can't compete until the following year's Oscars. There's just not enough time for consideration, of course. Fans, especially Swifties, reacted strongly online. Some expressed shock or disappointment that Taylor wasn't nominated. Others pointed out, fairly, that she didn't release any eligible music during the Grammy window, meaning she had 0 projects to submit for consideration. Many industry observers labeled this year's absence not a snub, just bad timing. Remember, Swift has been a Grammy fixture for years, with 58 nominations overall and 14 wins, including Album of the Year 4 times, more than any other artist in history. Despite that track record, the rules apply to everyone equally, so even megastars can miss a year if they don't have eligible material. So what's next? The Life of a Showgirl will be eligible for the 2027 Grammys, and expectations are high that Swift, once nominations open in late 2026, will be in the mix again. Awards aren't everything in music, but being ineligible for a particular cycle simply because of release timing is nothing unusual. Let's clear up some potential misconceptions. This year's absence is not a snub, it's a procedural outcome. Swift still has one of the most decorated Grammy histories in modern music. She could still attend or even perform at the 2026 ceremony, even without nominations, but there's been conflicting information about her plans. So in short, Taylor Swift isn't nominated for the 2026 Grammys because her most recent work didn't fall into the eligibility period. It's a scheduling quirk, not a statement about her music or legacy. And with the next cycle on the horizon, don't be surprised if her name pops back up in the nominations very soon.